Warriors.com.
This is Steve Kerr. You are listening to the Warriors Radio Network, presented by United Airlines.
Golden State trailing by 2, 23-21. They do have 6 fast break points right now. Rockets about to score them 5-0 on the second chance. Which Kerr likes his club to get out and run smartly.
And if they're going to crash 5 and we can rebound, they're very vulnerable in transition. And I think we outscored them 16-4 or something in transition. So it's a big deal. Like, can we get the ball? But we also can't be in a hurry. You know, the old John Wooden line, be quick, don't hurry. It really applies because we had a couple of plays where we got a rebound and we made a careless pass or quick pass that was hurried and rushed and became a turnover. So
that's head coach Steve Kerr after game 4. 23-21, Rockets lead by 2. Warriors with only the second team foul on Houston will throw the ball in. Curry to Draymond, back to Curry. Podziemski open, dribbles in, throws out, post, pump fake, skip pass, cross court. Moody fakes a pass inside. Good closeout by Smith. Back up to post. He'll take a 3. It's up and no good. And the rebound to Şengün. Şengün with Adams, Jalen Green, Eason, and Jabari Smith. Jalen Green has it on the far sideline. Podziemski trying to pin him there. They screen. Şengün rolls, takes Draymond inside, spins. Fade away from 12 is up and short. Curry with a rebound as Post had a nice box out on Adams. Curry weaving through traffic. No look to Podziemski. Back to Curry. Relocation 3. Off the front rim. Şengün with a rebound. Still, good.
I'm sorry, Tim. No, I was just going to say that's what you got to do. You got to push it up and see what you can find. That time they found a great shot by Steph. He just missed him.
Jalen Green passes to Smith, gets the ball back on the right side. Podziemski guarding him. They double Jalen Green. Stops, pivots, feeds over to Adams with 2, with 1. Easton goes in the corner. Şengün hoists up a shot. It's no good. Adams with a weak side rebound. Ripped it away, got to Easton, into Şengün. Şengün got whacked in the face by Curry. And Şengün goes down as if he was hit by Muhammad Ali.
That's 2 on Steph, is it not?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
He had the first one of the game.
Oh. He reached up for his eyes after getting hit in the neck.
Yeah, well, you know, he just had a general vicinity. Now you got to be careful with your step. You don't want that third and first half.
So already the foul situation not good. Curry with 2 and Draymond with a flagrant. Ball thrown in. Jalen Green has it. Şengün popped out to receive. Back to Jalen Green. Lost the ball. Gets it right back to him. Şengün open from the elbow. Won't shoot it. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Dribbles on Draymond. Waits. Lost the ball. Won't get it off in time. And the Rockets with a mental breakdown there and a turnover. That's 6 turnovers, but so far, the Warriors have only capitalized for 2 points. Who's going to throw the ball in here?
Now, I don't know. Somebody has to.
Steve's trying to direct traffic here. Steve being Steve Kerr, the head coach. Moses Moody passing into Podziemski. Steve Kerr, 6th all-time playoff victories. Curry gets doubled of the dribble, lost the ball, and another turnover on the Warriors. Jalen Green goes up and dunked it. Stephen Curry's having a horrible first quarter here. He's got 3 turnovers, 2 fouls, which combined equal his point total. Podziemski gets to the elbow, backs up to the right wing, bounce pass to Curry. Curry now, 13 in the shot clock, 19 game clock, post to Podziemski. Podziemski goes baseline, goes up with a bad pass and turned it over. Took it right to trouble. Şengün just gobbles it up. Here comes Jalen Green on the far side. Screened by Adams. Off the screen, takes Moody to the right. Backs up with 3, with 2, with 1. Has to shoot an off-balance 3, blocked away. And the Warriors are down by 4, but it could be a lot more at the end of 1. 25-21 Houston. A sloppy finish to quarter number 1 for both ball clubs. It's game 6. If the Warriors win, the Rockets go home to stay. If the Rockets win, the Warriors have to go back to Houston for game 7. Stay tuned. Second quarter action upcoming on the Warriors Radio Network, presented by United Airlines.
Kia is the official automotive partner of the NBA. And we think about basketball a lot. The plays, the swagger, the glory, the game. And takes us to another level, and ground clearance that propels us even higher. The 3-row 2025 Kia Telluride X-Line all-wheel drive. Kia, official vehicle partner of the Golden State Warriors. Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Whether on or off the court, the keys to success are the same. On the court, it's ball movement. Off the court, it's workflow. On the court, teams call plays to execute their game plan. Off the court, companies rely on systems to run their business smoothly. MRC Smart Technology Solutions, a Xerox company, is the official copier and office solutions provider of the Golden State Warriors. We offer large and small companies the technology they need to transform the way they work. Visit MRC360.com to learn more today.
Breaking news.
An upgrade storm's on the way.
With Xfinity Mobile Premium Unlimited, you can upgrade your phone up to 2 times a year.
How's it looking out there, Rick?
The Wi-Fi is still booming!
Now through June 21st, existing Xfinity Internet customers can get an unlimited line included for a year. Learn more at XfinityMobile.com. Restrictions apply. Requires Xfinity 300 megabit internet or above. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Reduced speeds after use of monthly data included with your data option. Data first.
Points. Steph Curry with 3 of those. And Curry with 2 fouls. Draymond with a flagrant foul. It's been a low foul game for the most part. 8 points for Alperen Şengün. 8 points for Fred VanVleet to pace the Rockets. 6 for Jimmy Butler III to pace the Warriors. Tom, your thoughts?
Well, early on in the game, to me, it was about spacing. And I think this is the type of game the Rockets don't mind getting into. Showing Brock Purdy on the big screen. Who's going to be able to afford more than that T-shirt fairly soon, I would imagine. But it's the Rockets that love this type of grimy game, get after it, just make it in the 90s, one of those. They actually scored quite a bit the last, couple months of the season, and they have very good offensive efficiency. But you look at their lineup and you look at who they are and how they like to play. They're very comfortable playing this type of game. To me, it's the Warriors. Okay, can you get the spacing you want? The Rockets are going to go to that zone. Let's see how the Warriors attack it.
Well, the Warriors have had trouble with it, and they've had some success with it. Aaron Holiday on the floor for the first time. Podziemski over to Draymond. He'll just take a corner 3. Short. Rebound batted away by Butler. Picked up by VanVleet. VanVleet with Adams. Holiday, Şengün, and Smith Jr. Holiday penetrates. So it's a bad pass. Adams fumbled it. Got it back on the left wing. Out to VanVleet. Chased ahead. Midcourt by Moody. Double teamed at midcourt. Spins away from it. Got away from it. Comes down the lane. Beats Şengün for a 4-footer. Hit the side of the glass. And Butler has the rebound. Throws it ahead for himself. Now drives it on. Holiday goes up. Got fouled. He's going to shoot 2 more.
Well, if you're going to double in the corner like they did, top right corner, you can't let them spin out of it. I mean, you just can't. The double team might not be as tight as you'd like it to be, but you got to be able to slide your feet and get in front of it, because once you beat it, now you're looking at a 5-on-3 situation with literally the entire half court, and they got lucky there. And Şengün, who's a guy that can shoot a little bit outside 15 feet, he's been awful this series outside the paint. I mean, he's not making anything, and a lot of them aren't close. Like that last one, that was a 10-foot, 12-foot baseline jump shot that he just threw off the side of the glass. Now that's missing by a lot.
Butler hits both free throws. He's 4 for 4 from the line. He has all 4 free throws for Golden State. 25-23 Houston. Rockets going left to right on your radio dial. Holiday shoveled it to VanVleet. Pestered by Podziemski. Doubled it midcourt. Spins out of it. Got to Holiday to Şengün left wing. Backs down Draymond. Goes baseline. Sees post. Still dribbling. Gets it to the middle. Working hard. Jump hook. Turning left shoulder. Wide left. Tipped out by post. There are 3 defenders right there. Holiday takes a wide open 3 and hits it. Wow. No reason to tip it out that far.
No. Well, it was wide open 3, but that was a good 4 feet behind the line. I'm surprised he shot that so quick, but it looked like that's what he wanted.
28-23. Podziemski looks to the corner, goes back to Butler, snaps on the pass to Draymond for an easy dunk on the baseline.
And Jabari Smith Jr. just completely lost it, which can't happen in the zone. I always say the 2 vulnerable spots to a zone, middle of the court and behind it.
VanVleet penetrates. Stops, bounce pass to Adams. Adams flipped it to Şengün. Top side left. Dribble handoff VanVleet. Şengün sets a screen. VanVleet double. Şengün passing to Adams. He gets a dunk inside.
That's too easy.
Warriors been chasing that play. 30-25 Houston. Jimmy Butler to Draymond Green. Pass left post. He's open, launches, and misses a three. Long rebound. Van Vliet knocked to the floor by Moses Moody. First foul on Moses. First on the Warriors in the second quarter. And the Chase Center has gone quiet here. Warriors have not given them a lot to cheer from. Golden State 3 of 12 outside the arc. Left-hand dribble, Van Vliet. Dropped, block whistle, and a foul. James Capers calls a foul on Moody. It looked like it was going to be a jump ball.
Looked like a lot of ball.
All ball.
Well, his right hand is what you don't see. And it looked like the right hand kind of got into him a little bit, pushed him.
Steve Kerr does not get a thumbs up from the back row. So the free throw by Van Vliet is good.
Yeah, you can't see. They didn't really, the replay didn't show you the angle from behind. It looked like his right hand was down behind him, kind of pushing him a little bit.
So the second free throw for Van Vliet is also good. And Fred Van Vliet continues to be the offensive threat the Rockets have needed. He's got 10 points, and the Rockets have a 7-point first half lead. They're large to the game. Draymond attacks, goes to the right corner, post, shoots it, up and good. Well, he doesn't hesitate. He doesn't let a missed shot bother him, that's for sure.
Nor should he. I mean, that's what he's out there for.
It's his second bucket. He's got 5 points, 32-28. Van Vliet dribbles left, double team, gets around it. Pass to the wing. Smith Jr. puts it on the deck. Goes up, shoots over Draymond, and scores.
Again, that's the third time he's gotten out of a double team. When you do that, you just leave your defense vulnerable.
Lajewski up the floor, puts on the brakes, finds Draymond top of the key. Butler comes to the left, catches a pass, turns, shows the ball to Şengün, spins, throws it outside the post, back to Butler. He'll reset on the right wing. Shot clock at 8. Jab step, right-hand dribble, stops, locked up, got it to Moody. Moody fakes, comes right with the dribble with 2, with 1, goes up, got hit by Adams. No call as Moody got flattened on the play. And it's going to be a turnover, a shot clock violation.
Well, Moody has used that move over the course of the year where he goes in hard and bounces off the body and finishes it. Not with Steve Adams. Steve Adams, you don't.
Van Vliet on the logo. Waits for Adams. Screen set. On the left side, dribbling is Van Vliet. Bounce pass, a bad one off the feet of Şengün. Picked up by Post. Post finds Draymond. Leads Moody down the right side. Moody hesitates. Pulls up from 14. Got it.
Now that's the shot you got to take.
Absolutely.
I know analytics don't love the mid-range jump shot, but I'm sorry. If they're running you off the three-point line and getting you at the rim, that's the shot that's there.
Aaron Holiday takes a floater right baseline, got free, missed it, rebound. Draymond hung in the air to pull that one down. Got it to Butler, 3-on-3. Butler drives on Adams, looks for a pass, throws to the trailer Draymond, fakes the handoff, dribble drive, Draymond lost it and dribbled it out of bounds. Steve Kerr now waiting, trying to get a sub in here. J.B. DeRosa says, doesn't matter, he wouldn't come in anyway. 34-30 Houston, Van Vliet in no hurry. 7:50 to go in Game 6. Van Vliet far side, backs up with the dribble, guarded by Post on a switch.